Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming to you live from Mesa in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to Tune Up Tuesday. It's been an exciting morning already. Um, so, what are we going to talk about in Tune Up Tuesday? We're going to talk about reaching out and touching your clients. It is so important to keep in contact with your clients, especially during this global pause, because if you are not maintaining contact with your clients, do you know what they're going to do? When everything's open, when things start opening back up, they're going to go elsewhere. Why are they going to go elsewhere? Because 75% of clients leave a business because of perceived indifference. They think you don't care. Wow, we're going to be changing that today. So there's many different ways that you can keep in contact with your client. But the number one thing you need to keep in mind is what is the best way to connect with your client, to actually have a conversation with them. Are they somebody who prefers a phone call? Do they prefer communication through text message? Do they prefer communication through the WhatsApp app or the Facebook message or LinkedIn messaging? What is their preferred method of contact when you are wanting to talk business with them about their products or whatever, rather than your preferred method of contact? Um, you've got to be meet the client where they are at. You might be somebody who is all about picking this device up, getting on the phone and yammering all day. You may have a client who's sort of like phone calls come in, they just go to voicemail because they don't like the phone at all. They don't want to be bothered answering a phone, so don't bother calling them. But they will respond to a text message. I have done entire business deals through text messaging. I know, crazy, huh? Even and this one really scared me to the point it says, "Can I set up a time to call you to get your credit card information because I don't trust the texting service?" And then the next text back had their credit card information in it. Everything, the whole number, the, the expiration date, the code on the back, everything. That was how they work. So that was a learning lesson for me to meet the client where they are at with their preferred communication method when it comes to doing business deals and things. Um, but there's other ways that you can keep in contact. Um, maybe once a month. You can do all sorts of things. I'm going to give you some of my favorites, but there's a lot of different things out there. There are things like sending. This is one of my favorite things too. Is grab a magazine. So I've got this magazine here. Um, really great information in there. And who do I know that's a backpacker? I might have a client who loves to backpack and hike. And looking in here, oh, there's an article in here called Europe's Best Hikes. So I can rip that out, get my, these are going to be involved somewhere along the way. Grab one of these Post-its, put a little note on there. Hey, Susie, saw this, thought of you. Have a great day, Helen. Stick it on the article, put it in a number 10 envelope, stick a stamp on it, address it, pop it in the mail. This is something that I do in the evenings with magazines and while I'm watching a movie or watching a TV program or something. So it's something that I can do while doing it, because I can't sit still to watch a movie or something. My hands have to be doing something. And so it's just flipping through magazines, pulling out articles, sticking a post-it on, sticking it in an envelope and sending it to somebody. And, they may not be interested in hikes to Europe, but it's the fact that you reached out and contacted them in a different way, that you were thinking of them. I got this magazine in the mail, the Canadian Automobile Association magazine with the ultimate Canadian bucket list written on it. My friend Kathy, who lives in Canada, sent this to me because she, at the time, she knew that I'm planning on going to Canada. And so she sent me this with the articles in here, because the whole edition is about different things, bucket list of Canada, with ideas of places I can go and things I can see and do in Canada when I go there. What does this mean to me? It's awesome because Kathy thought of me and she sent this to me knowing that this is something that I'm interested in. I have sent running articles to people who run marathons. I remember sending a friend one on an ultra marathon runner, and it was his story in that. And she doesn't do ultra marathons, but she still found the story inspiring. So you never know. If you read through golf magazines and you have a client who's an avid golfer, why not pull out a hints and tips article or some other article about some golf course that's in their area, pop it in an envelope and send it to them? The impact is huge, because they turn around and think, and you're actually sending it physically in the mail. Yes, you can email articles as well, or text them article links, message them article links as well. I have done that as well, but I get a better impact when something like this goes in the mail to the client, an article. I get more of an impact on that than I do on the ones that I text message them or email them. Um, so there are times I will actually, believe it or not, print an article off and mail it to them because I get a better response than I do emailing, texting, or whatever. Um, Another way that you can keep in contact with clients besides through their preferred method, like sending them a text message, hey, how are you? Sending them Facebook messages, whatever their preferred method of contact is, just say, hey, just calling up to see how you're doing, or just checking in with you. Other ways that you can do that is you can send them a cup, you can meet them for a cup of coffee. But of course, in quarantine, we can't do that. But wait, there is a way. You could do something as simple as sending them a greeting card. I just happened to grab a couple out of my box. And so I got this. So send a greeting card. And in the greeting card, you could put a Starbucks gift card. But this is an even better idea. So you could send them a greeting card and you could send them a personalized coffee mug. And this one here says on it, I'm Helen Brahms and I am super fantastic and sparkling. And there's a picture of me and Zeffy on there. Isn't that cool? Do you think I'm going to throw this coffee mug out? Absolutely not. And then on the back of it, I love this, it says, entrepreneur because badass miracle worker isn't an official job title. I love that. Thank you, Cindy, for that mug. But, it's a personalized coffee mug. And on the back, you could put your logo on there. You could put their logo on there for an even bigger impact and have their a picture on there with their names. I have a chiropractor who I absolutely love going to when I'm able to, but he doesn't travel. He stays in the San Diego area, and he posted pictures of that were taken with him and his wife and their 3 children. And so I took those pictures and stuck them on a coffee mug, and then I put their name. I put her name down one side. I put his name on a different coffee mug, so there'd be no argument as to whose coffee mug it was, and had a couple of the pictures on there for it. And the day he received, this is so funny. My phone rings that evening, like around 7, 8 o'clock at night or something, and I pick it up, and all I'm hearing is, what, and I knew who it was because of caller ID, and all I was getting was just these noises coming down the line, and then finally a word comes out, I can't believe you did this. So it had an impact on my chiropractor. Can you imagine having that impact on your clients if you say, hey, want to get together for a cup of coffee, send them a coffee mug, so you can have a cup of coffee and get on Zoom together and have a in-person meeting on Zoom with their own personalized coffee mug. So you could do something simple like that. It's the impact, it's the wow factor that you're getting. I've got some cards here. I got this New Year's card. It's got, and what the cool part is my name is on it. Do you know how much impact that has over to a card that doesn't have my name on it? Do you think I'm going to throw this out? Heck no. And then on the back, it's got my name again, telling me that I am super fantastic and sparkling. Isn't that cool? And then inside you can have, we've also got my names on the inside as well, but I'm not going to show that because it's a personal message in there. And for my birthday, I got a couple of cards sitting right here that have my names on the front of them. Do you think I'm going to throw them out? Absolutely. In fact, I will tell you this. I have never thrown a birthday card out that I have received in the 54 years I have been on this earth. My mother kept a scrapbook for the first, I think it's 10 years of my life, 10, 11 years. She kept a scrapbook, starting with my birth announcement on the first page, along with the little crib placard thing that they put on the cribs in the maternity wards, through to the welcome to the world, all the newborn baby cards, through my first birthday, and I think she ended around 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. I still have every birthday card I received after that to go and update that scrapbook. I'm 54 years old. I keep my birthday cards. And I still have that scrapbook, and I still have every birthday card I was sent since then in a special box. And one day I may get around to actually updating it. But it's so much fun to go back and see how birthday cards change over time. So, but this is cool. It has my name on the front. And then this one here, I'm definitely not throwing this one out because this is Zeffy got her own card, and it's got her name on it down here, and it's up here. So we're not going to throw this, and her card and her name's on the back because it was a Christmas card from Panda. And there's a picture of Panda. You see Panda? Hang on, I'm trying to work with these cameras on these things. See Panda there? Panda sent a birthday card. So, but I'm not going to throw these out. They've got it's got Zippy's name on it, plus that cute, adorable little picture of her. So it's a way to keep in contact with your clients. And I will tell you this: these cards, you have a card that will, most people will open an envelope that contains a card over an envelope that they know contains a check. Think about that. This person-to-person contact thing is so huge. You can do things like take your top 50 clients and send them a card every single month on an automated system that lets them know they care. And it could be there could be hints and tips for your business. But like if you're in travel, there could be travel hints and tips in there. There could be suggestions on destinations that they may want to consider in the future. There could be a St. Patrick's Day card in there. One of my favorite cards to send out, in fact, I'm getting ready to send it out because it's coming up soon, January 21st is National Squirrel Appreciation Day. Yes, those little furry creatures that like to eat the nuts. But here's what's so important about Squirrel Days. If you've ever been to a conference or on a Zoom, on a education type Zoom or anything, you've got those keynote speakers that come in and they go off on these tangents. That is known as squirreling. And I've actually been at conferences where they have thrown stuffed squirrels at the speaker on stage every time they go off tangent. But one thing I love about when a squirrel moment happens when a speaker is speaking is sometimes they have the best golden nuggets in that squirrel moment. And so I send out a National Squirrel Appreciation Day card. I go, did you know, I think it has something on the front of it, like, did you know that January 21st is National Squirrel Appreciation Day? And it's got a picture of a squirrel on the front with a little speech bubble coming out of his mouth. But you open up the end card and the card inside, and for all those speakers that I have heard during the previous year, I will say, just wanted to know how much I appreciate the golden nuggets. I might change it to acorns or nuts that I have received during the squirrel moments, during your squirrel moments. Because sometimes you get the best golden nuggets out of those squirrel moments. So it's taking things like that. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. You've got Valentine's Day. You've got, Valentine's Day. We love our clients. Just sending out a client appreciation card on Valentine's Day saying you love your clients. Throwing some brownies in there, or some chocolate mints, or chocolate covered pretzels, or something like that, just to get a package, because a package has a 100% open rate. Oh, wow. How much open rate do you get on an email? Oh, what was that again? And people go to me, ask me this question. I get asked all the time because people know how much I am opposed to using e-cards. And people go, why don't you use e-cards? They're great, blah, 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 blah. Here's two reasons. One is because if I get sent an e-card, it is immediately deleted. I do not open them. Why do I not open them? And e-cards, yes, have a slightly better open rate than maybe an email, but still, email open rates are not that great when you send out emails. So there is the chance that they get lost in the email, they end up in spam, they don't get seen by the client at all. If it comes to me, it automatically gets deleted. Not automatically, because I have to manually go and delete it. I don't even open the email. I see an e-card thing on there, it's gone. And here's the other reason that I don't use e-cards is because most of the malware and the spyware and all of that sort of stuff is sent through e-cards. People think, oh, I'm getting an e-card from this person. It's like when you get an email from somebody you know, you open it and find out it's not actually from them. It's one of those phishing emails. Same thing with e-cards.
It's 10 hours.
It is the best way for, it is one of the most common ways that spyware and malware and phishing and all that stuff gets sent is through e-cards. And when you get to major holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, 4th of July and all of that, that is when they step up their game. So that is why I do not use e-cards. I prefer to get a real card in the mail that I can open, I can feel, but then I'm kinesthetic. I'm a touchy-feely person. I like having this. But dominate your client's mailbox. If you think about it, You could send a card a month to your top 50 clients for less than $100 a month for the total for all 50 clients. In fact, less than $80 a month. It may go up a little bit when postage goes up, but so for less than $80 a month, you can send a personalized card to your top 50 clients, and you could fix it up so it goes out automatically every month without fail. To me, in the marketing world, that to me is a no-brainer. Less than $80 a month to keep in contact with my top 50 clients. Do you know what that will do for your business? You're keeping in contact with your clients. You're staying top of mind with your clients. Send them a magazine article. Send them a personalized coffee mug. Every time they take a drink of coffee, they're going to think about you because you sent them that mug. Even water bottles. Look, my name's on the water bottle, right there. Sending personalized water bottles. What else can you personalize? You can personalize, but something like a coffee mug or a water bottle. Oh my gosh, where's my? Oh damn! I should have grabbed one of my journals. I have. Oh, actually, this one here, right here. This one has my name on the snap. On the snap of this journal, it has my name on it. Do you think I'm going to use this and toss it? Absolutely not. I love, and I've got ones that have got, and you can personalize the cover of these journals and put the client's name on it. For my parents, for their Christmas, I sent them a box that had their Christmas/birthday presents combined in there, and there was a Christmas ornament in there which I had written on the back, Merry Christmas, Mum and Dad. But then the other thing I had sent them too was I'd sent them each their own personalized journal. My mother is into lists like crazy. She has notebooks and notebooks and notebooks full of lists. And so my the cover of mine had Mum's lists, and then it had her name across the bottom and her first name on the snap. My dad is very much into working with his hands. He's phenomenal on the lathe, turning wood and all of that, making beautiful wood bowls and candlesticks and things like that. He is amazing with it. He's very, very good with his hands. So I put on there Dad's toolbox. Dad's toolbox of ideas was written on the front of that journal, and across the bottom was his name, and on the snap was his first name. They loved them. My mum even sent me a text message to say, "I'm using my notebook that you sent me." She says, "I just went through," and she had gone through all of her yarn and sorted it and written out a list of what yarn she had and how much of it she had, what the ply was on the yarn, and how much of it she had. Did she have 10, 50-gram balls of a full weight? Did she have, whatever ply she had of the yarn? That she had her list in there of what she had and how much she had of each one. Like I said, she loves her lists. And I love her dearly for her list, because we could always say, "What's on the list today, Mum?" And she'd sit there at breakfast and go over her list of what she was going to do that day, what we need to do. She'd make up a grocery list if we had to do that, if we grocery shopping that day. But that is who she is. I love her for her lists. It keeps me on track whenever I stay with them. If I don't know what we're doing that day, I just ask Mum what's on the list. And we would sit there and go over the list during breakfast. It was awesome. So think about the ways that you can connect with clients. It could be sending a box of brownies to the entire office staff. I have done that. I got asked to do a presentation for a financial planning company on travel to their clients. They actually brought their clients into the office, and I did a presentation on the importance of travel and how they could do it affordably. And as part of their lifestyle training, they did lifestyle sessions. And then what I did afterwards is I sent a thank you note to the president of the company, and I included I think it was 32 brownies in there, so that everybody in the office could have one. And I found out later on that there was actually 16 people I thought it was somewhere in the 20s. She thought it was somewhere in the 20s, which is why I sent 36, because I didn't want anybody missing out. But there was actually 16 people in the office, so some people got two. 32 brownies. Yeah, 32 brownies is what I sent. So I sent 32 brownies, and some people got to have two brownies, and they all got to have two brownies because there's 16 people that work in the office. But that made a huge impact on them, and I got asked back 3 months later to go and present to them again. So, it is a way to keep your foot in the door with your clients, not only with your clients, but with your vendors. If you have an issue come up with, if you have something come up with one of your clients that pertains to a vendor, like in the travel industry, we've got our tour operators, we've got our cruise ships, there's the hotels and things. So if you have a group going into a hotel and you're booking with that hotel, how much more impact and how much more attentive would a hotel be to your group if you were to send them a thank you card for having the space there, for taking the time to set up the meeting that you're going to have there, everything else, and sending them some brownies with it, or sending them, sending the person who you contact a personalized coffee mug. How much more attentive do you think the hotel's going to be if you did something like that before the event, and then after the event say thank you for helping us make the event go off so smoothly? How do you think the hotel is going to react to that? How do you think if you're working with a cruise line, in the travel industry, we get assigned business development managers from each of the cruise lines, the tour companies, that if we have any problems or we need training from them or anything, that is our point of contact with the cruise line or the resorts or the tour companies. But I've developed some great relationships with some of my business development managers with the cruise lines, because I would send them personalized coffee mugs. I would send them a card with their name on it. I would send them birthday cards, half birthday cards. Sending them things like that, compared to a cruise line where I don't know the business manager. If I had an issue go wrong with the cruise line, if my client had an issue on a ship with a cruise line while they were traveling, and I have a good relationship with that business development manager, I can go to that business development manager and say, hey, these are my guests who are on this ship. These are the issues that they just texted me. These are issues that they're having right now. Is there anything that we can do for them? And if I sent that to somebody I developed a relationship with the vendor I'd developed that relationship, how much more attentive do you think they're going to be to me because of how attentive I was to them in building that relationship, compared to going to a cruise line that I book occasionally, where I may not know who my business development manager is? How much more attentive are they going to be to me because they have no clue who? Do this with your peers in your business. So, for example, travel agent, I have relationships developed with different travel agents because those travel agents have specialties in areas I don't deal with. For example, I have a really good friend and her whole business is destination weddings and honeymoons. That's all she does. I get a client coming in who wants a destination wedding. Because I have that relationship with that person, I can say, here. And because I have developed that relationship with that person, you're sending them a personalized journal or a coffee mug or a water bottle or personalized cards, birthday cards, half birthday cards. How much more likely, how well are they going to take care of my clients compared to somebody who just calls them up and says, hey, can you take care of this for me? I have no idea what I'm doing. Think about it. There are things, because when you specialize in something in your business, how important is it that you know others that are in the same, like lawyers, for example. You've got so many different types of lawyers out there. You've got the personal injury lawyers, you've got the corporate lawyers, you've got the real estate lawyers. So if somebody was a personal injury lawyer and they had somebody who came to them and said, hey, I need you to look over this contract for me, and the contract was for buying a piece of commercial real estate, what is that personal injury person going to do? Care of their peers. They now have a network that they can refer you to. Hey, this is a good friend of mine. They will take really good care of you. You call up that friend and say, hey, I'm sending you over a client who's got this commercial real estate deal that they're doing. Are you able to help them? And because you've developed that relationship with your client, with your peers, they're going to be absolutely, send them on over. We'll take great care of them. It's all about relationships in this time and keeping in contact, staying in touch, not just with your clients, with your vendors and with your peers. Treat everybody. You'll have different things that you can set up, but for your 50 top people that you need to keep in contact with on a monthly basis for less than $80 a month, that is huge, huge. And anybody in marketing will tell you $80 a month on marketing, where you get 100% open rate. Wow. Imagine what that will do for your bottom line. If you would like to know more about how you can do this, send me a private message. I will be more than happy to show you what it is what systems we have in place that help you stay in contact with your client for less than $80 a month. That's it from me for now. Have a super fantastic sparkling day, Go out, tune up your business, tune up your client retention program. With your, how do you engage your clients? Look at that. Do you have systems in place that can automatically save you time and money with your marketing by sending out to clients that you already have, and helping re-engage past clients too is a huge thing. So have a super fantastic Sparkling Tune Up Tuesday, and we will catch you guys later this evening. Hei konera.